Okay, this is a quick overview of how we play charades. There's at least 2 teams, could be more. Each team is going to get away from each other and write down phrases that are going to be used that could be acted out in mind. There's no talking in charades, okay? Each of these categories are possible. Books, television shows, plays, that's a curtain opening up, plays, songs, and movies. So the first thing you want to do as soon as you get started when you're looking at your phrase is give 3 key things. Got to do these 3. You want to say like that it's a movie, that it's got 4 words, and which word you're doing. So that would be the 4 words and the first word being acted out. Always do those 3 to start. Unless, of course, it's a play and a movie. You can add those all on. But then get to the number of words and which word you're doing. Okay? Make sure your handwriting is clear. You don't want to be wasting time for the other team while they try and read what you wrote. What else should I tell you? You can't use any words that unless at least 2 people on your team have heard of it. The phrase has got to be something at least 2 people in your team have heard. That means that the other team is likely to have heard of them. All the words have to be in English. No acronyms anywhere in the title. It has to be no more than 7 words. And you can include proper names, but it can't be the entire title. So like you couldn't use Gigi. But you could use I Love Lucy, because it gives people a little more of a fighting chance, okay? So let me go through some of the gestures you might want to be doing as the person is acting it out. So we talked about the first 3 things you want to start with. So it's that movie, or the TV show, with 4 words, the first word. If that first word has multiple syllables and you want to break it down, you show that on your arm. So 4 words, first word has 3 syllables. First syllable is, act it out. When the person gets it right, you go like this. You point at them and touch your nose. That tells them they got it. Going on to the second syllable, make sure you show them that. Or if you're going on to another word, they got the first word right, third word is, maybe I'm skipping the second word. Okay? That's a few things. Here are some of the things that help you when you're trying to get the words across. If someone gets it and they're pretty close, like they're on the right track, like you're hopping around like this, and someone says rabbit, but you want them to say bunny, hey, at least they figured out what you're trying to do. You point to them and then you go like this. That says keep more of the same, you're on the right track, okay? Again, that tells them that they got it exactly right and you're going to move on to the next thing. If you point to them and then make a chopping motion, what you're telling them is, you said too long a word, just cut it down to a smaller part. Like if they said watering, but you just wanted them to say water, or maybe even what, you're cutting it back to less of that word. If they say something too short, like a lip, and you wanted them to say lips, you point to them and then stretch. Say, take what you did, but make it longer. Maybe you want an ing, maybe you want an ed on it. So stretch it. Take what you said, you were right, but make it longer. Okay? If you make a quick arching motion with your hand when you're pointing at someone, what you're saying is, you said it. You said it a second ago. Go back. It's something you already said. I couldn't point at you quick enough. And hopefully they'll remember and they'll backtrack. And when they get it right, of course, you give them the finger on the nose before moving on. By contrast to this quick motion, this means the opposite. Sometimes it's easier to act out the opposite of something than the actual words. So you can do the whole thing and then go like that, and hopefully they will yell out the opposite. If you do this, that's traditionally called sounds like, but what it really means is rhymes with. So for instance, if I wanted to get you to say guards, that's kind of a lot to act out. But what I might do is sounds like, and then pretend I'm dealing out, and someone hopefully will yell cards, and then I'll remind them it's sounding like, and they'll start going through the alphabet. Bards, cards, dards, fards, guards, and we got it. A lot faster than acting out a whole scene with guards. Okay? If it's important for them to have a small word, usually we want to act out the big words, but especially like if there's an or a the or an of in the right place, you can just go like this after saying a word. So if I go first word, go like this, people will probably start yelling out the, until somebody gets it. So small word that you're not going to act out. And finally, if you're going to try and do the whole thing, like let's say you got Gone with the Wind, and you're going to act out the whole thing by being blown away by the wind until you're gone, you tell them it's a movie, and you tell them it's 4 words, and then you go like this. This means I'm doing the whole thing. All right? That sets you up to be on the same page for playing charades. Have fun.